everyone, welcome to the next episode of Opening Valley. Full disclosure, this is being recorded very shortly after the release of the first episode and before the editing of the second part to that first episode has even finished. So for that reason, we are once again skipping the scientists and moving on to the McGreggor family. But just before we get into things, I just want to point out that I've made some changes to my lighting and my camera and my audio and that kind of thing, so I hope you see an improvement, but just bear in mind you might see some strange things going on with my camera that I don't quite catch. It might take a while to just iron out those little problems as we go along, but I really hope you do continue to see an improvement in the quality of my content. To be honest, the first episode was recorded prior to Christmas, so since Christmas I've got some great new things like this chair, this arm for my microphone, this very cute Sims necklace and the ring light in front of me, so I really hope it's made a positive difference. I've actually had the green screen a while but could never set it up, and it was still a great difficulty and might still not be very good, but hey, we're going with it. And I'm sure it will behave as it's supposed to eventually. So the McGreggors live just behind the Porvers that we were with last time. So as I said last time, that we're kind of working from one end of the neighbourhood to the other. So we're going to join with those in a minute, but just before we do that, the bio says that the McGreggors always try to look good in front of the neighbours and fit in with the rest of the town. While in the park, they are simply the most perfect family you have ever seen. At home, Leo is controlling and often argues with his son Patrick. Will they be able to work out the differences before the new baby arrives? So it's all a little bit chaotic as we join because Leo's running for work and Patrick and Ashlyn are running for the school bus. But before we press play, let's introduce all the characters, and I will try and go a little bit faster than I did in the last episode, otherwise we all will be here a while. Actually, since we're going to be starting with Thomas, who we set up in the video I made prior to starting this series about setting up a rotational gameplay neighborhood, so you kind of got a feel for what I logged in my spreadsheet about him and the traits I gave him. So if you've only just watched that recently, it's really fresh in your mind, you might want to skip ahead until we start setting up the other characters. I'll put a timestamp somewhere. But anyway, if I get the names mixed up, bear with me. I will get to know them eventually. Thomas is sloppy, outgoing, and playful, but extremely playful and extremely grouchy. His traits are workaholic, which means he won't lose fun while at school or work, and he will actually gain fun faster at work. Similarly to Lewis, I believe he is grumpy, so that means his overall mood will be decreased. That mood meter will be harder to keep high. He is a schmoozer, which means he will have easy promotions in the law career, which he is in at level 3, and he will be able to plead for his job back without having that aspiration benefit unlocked. He's a bookworm, so he'll gain more fun from reading books. He would gain easy promotions in the journalism career if he ever fancied that change, and he will also get more money from writing articles, which is a new interaction on the computer, which is a lot shorter than novel writing. He is a mooch because, I mean, he's living with his son. And as we saw from last episode with Lewis, that means he can beg for money, which I don't think he will be doing. I don't think times will get that desperate for this family. But hey, I still think that having that mooch trait just suited him anyway. He is childish, which has a long list of effects, so I'll have to read those. It means they can be immature regardless of their age. They love the kids channel on the TV. They can autonomously play in the bathtub. They'll have more fun from reading children's books. They can autonomously use the Wet and Wild water wiggler, even when they're, teen and older. And they can autonomously play with toys, and the sliding down the railing is enabled and autonomous, and they can also autonomously use playground objects. So yeah, that's quite a heavy trait to have. So he'll be getting up to some fun since he is so playful. He's clumsy, which means he'll have a higher chance to fail when repairing objects, and he'll do the goofy dance for longer, and also has a higher chance to burn food or cause a fire when cooking. So we will definitely have to watch out for him being in the kitchen. At the moment, he is just a fortune sim with no secondary aspiration. His lifetime wish is to earn 100,000, and what with him only being level 3 in the law career, that might be a bit of a stretch. It'll be very interesting to see if him or Peggy want to retire. But at the moment, it does seem like the family could use the support and that additional income to kind of pay the way. His interests are politics, money, entertainment, culture, travel, and work. And honestly, what with so many of these opening value sims having like such low interest points sometimes, I've been thinking of changing the interest column in my spreadsheet to instead be two and with a loves and hates, because sometimes knowing that they wouldn't want to do something, especially in relation to a career, can be just as useful as knowing what they are interested in and what they do like. His hobby is film and literature, and his sub hobby is writing. He hasn't discovered that yet, but that might be a nice way to get some extra money for the family, but it might take a while since he doesn't currently have any creativity points. He does have some other skills though, so hopefully his logic and charisma will get him promoted in the law track pretty quickly. He's turned on by red hair and by being a great cook, and turned off by charisma. He is straight, and I think that's everything. He's had a very good life. His memories are all positive and straightforward. He's always been with Peggy and has good memories for his family. And what I do find weird is that he has like the family engagement and marriage memories for Ginger. So perhaps Ginger lived with them before they got married, which is interesting. Of course, it could be just an oversight and something kind of random, but I think it's quite nice to think of it that way. I forgot to read his bio, so we'll just go over that before moving on to Peggy. In his bio states that Thomas is proud of his son Leo, but he would never tell him that. Showing too much emotion would make him look weak. If Leo keeps acting this way, he will surely lead all of his family members to success, just like his dad. Now, if only he could get some control over that little hooligan Patrick. So, this family is all kind of struggling with Patrick's behaviour at the moment. Ashlyn is a very dedicated, hardworking sim. She's very passionate about school. She has a job. She's really wanting to better herself and gain skills and just be a good girl. Whereas Patrick is quite the rebel, and he's more interested in having friends and fun. Moving on to Peggy, her bio says that Peggy could never say a bad word about Thomas because one doesn't exist. She's really glad to have such a big family, especially with another baby on the way. Hopefully, they will turn out better than Patrick. So, all of this family seem to be having like really negative emotions toward Patrick. They seem just quite disappointed in him, to be frank, which isn't very nice at all. I think definitely their lack of support is probably pushing him the other way. I've just noticed that there's like a transparency on this shirt and you can see an undershirt. Oh my god. The detail! Like, these are just Max's clothes, and god, you always notice more little things about this game. It's so amazing. So Peggy is neat, extremely shy, cripplingly shy, and extremely nice. That's definitely, kind of the classic pure family sim kind of personality. And her traits are a natural cook, so she will love the cooking channel on TV. She'll have more fun from reading cooking books. She'll have easier promotions in the culinary career track, and she can write restaurant guides and make comfort soup without the aspiration benefit. She'll also never burn food or cause fires when cooking. So that is what will make Thomas surely a lot more attracted to Peggy because she is a good cook, and that is one of the things that get him going, apparently. She's also a workaholic like Patrick, and she is a hopeless romantic, which means she will have more fun from reading romance books. She won't have any engagement or marriage wants or fears, not that she would, what with already being married. She will always respect her committed relationship. You know, if another sim tries to make advancements on her, like a flirt or something, she will reject them. She will always accept proposals to go steady and get engaged and married. Again, that's probably not something that will come up again for her. And obviously, since my mod release, she will never get those wants to have makeouts and woohoos with so many different sins and multiple loves at once and that kind of thing. She is nurturing, so her encourage attempts will be more effective, which will be really good for Patrick. So if she can have successful encouraging on Patrick, maybe they can kind of mold him to the person that this family expects him to be. Let's see, perhaps she could encourage him to be more neat and more shy. And that just might make him behave better in their opinion, at least. She will also enjoy the kids channel on TV, and she would have easy promotions in the education career. So that's 2 career tracks she would have a benefit in. But she is currently in the culinary career, so she will benefit from that natural cook trait in that regard. She loves the outdoors, so her mood will be increased when she's outdoors, and she can go hiking regardless of her enthusiasm in nature. She is neat, which means she will always make the bed after getting up. She is interested in the environment, hence loves the outdoors trait. She loves food, and hence the natural cook, as well as her cooking skill. And she's interested in health, so if she could definitely get out there and enjoy the nature that she likes so much, that would definitely benefit her. Work, and yeah, that's all there is to it. So work, that's what made her a workaholic. She is a pure family sim. She does not currently have any secondary aspiration. Peggy's lifetime one is to have 6 grandchildren. So she has 3 at the moment, well, 2 at the moment, and Ginger is pregnant with the 3rd. So who knows? Ginger is a family sim, so she might just also keep wanting to pop babies out, and that would make Peggy very happy indeed. I bet you could have guessed this already, but Peggy's hobby is cuisine. So she will enjoy cooking. She might probably be like the primary meal prepper for the family. But actually, I think Ginger likes to cook too. So very stereotypical women in this family. I think that's very much the sense I get from this family. They're very traditional, stereotypical. They did very much have roles and expectations. Yeah, they're very much behind the times with their freedoms and their outlook on things. Everyone needs to meet their expectations, and anything less than that is just considered a failing. Peggy's turn ons are also red hair. Thomas doesn't like charisma, but Peggy does, and she's turned it off by a bad reputation. So I think Peggy and Thomas will have had red hair as adults, but obviously now they've lost that trait as elders. Their chemistry for one another has gone down a little bit, but as you can see, that doesn't stop them being all loved up, which is nice. Peggy is also straight, and I think that's everything covered. Next, we have Ginger. Ginger really loves her husband Leo. She loves all of her family members, but she would love Patrick even more if she would stop causing arguments all the time and just be normal like the rest of the family. So again, how passive aggressive is that towards poor Patrick? And again, what a stereotypical woman she is, completely devoted to her husband and family. But you know what? If it makes them happy, so be it. Good for them. Ginger is neat, active, and serious. So her traits are family oriented, which is similar to nurturing but a bit different. So family oriented also have higher encourage effectiveness. So basically, changing Patrick's personality is entirely down to these women having some good encouragement attempts. She can also make comfort soup without the aspiration benefit, and she will not have any fears of having a child, which is how it's a bit different there. I definitely think Ginger could definitely meet that 6 baby requirement. Honestly, she must have had Ashlyn super young. Maybe their ages aren't the most logical, but hey, we'll let it slide. Doesn't matter for right now. She's also a natural cook, like Peggy. She is disciplined, and that means that she will have no comfort and energy penalty, but more fun while doing yoga. She'd have easier promotions in the military career. Meditating is always enabled, like regardless of the enthusiasm or skill or whatever the usual requirement is. And if she ever gets a chance to play on the Sim Life goggles, which is a new item, like a VR headset item, she will be less attracted to use them autonomously in general, but she would like the Tai Chi game if she did get her hands on one of those. She also loves the outdoors, like Peggy, so as you can see, she kind of has a lot in common with her mother-in-law, and they can probably get on really well. She loves the cold, which means her mood will be increased if her body temperature is low. She'd much rather be cold than hot. She has no sense of humor, which I think we came across in the last video when Lewis made a horrible attempt at entertaining with her a joke, because she will have a lower chance to tell a good joke, and she will have a negative reactions to jokes told by others. So yeah, she's not gonna like it if people try and joke around with her. She's just not in the mood. And she too, being the loving, devoted wife that she is also a hopeless romantic. I think there's like a certain criteria for a proper McGregor, and that's why a lot of them kind of have these same traits. Ginger is also a family sim, and her one is to graduate 3 children from college, so that is most certainly achievable. Probably even if Patrick, decides to drop out of college, being the rebel that doesn't care about school that he is, it seems like she'll have plenty more to try and get that one met with. She also currently doesn't have a secondary. I can't believe how indecisive I was about the secondaries, to be honest. Ginger is currently unemployed. She's just a full-time mom, currently, just taking care of her own health during her pregnancies and looking after the house. Her interests are environment, and that's why she also loves the outdoors, food, why she's also a natural cook with her hobby is also cuisine, health, that's why she's disciplined, so she might get some yoga in there sometimes, travel, and weather, and toys. Her turn-ons are red hair and a hard worker, which I believe Leo suits. Yeah, I think the threshold is 5, or it could be 6. I'm not actually sure what the career level requirement is to have that. No, he's not actually a hard worker yet. So they already have 3 bolts, and he isn't even a hard worker yet, but he is basically about to be as soon as he hits level 6. And she's turned it off by blonde hair. Again, she is also straight. Next, we have Leo. Leo has always been a strict dad. There are some rules in his house that all of his family members have to follow. That's why he doesn't like the rebellious nature of his youngest son. Why can't Patrick understand that there are rules for his own good? So, yeah. That is definitely solidifying this family expectation and image, very strict. requirements to impress. So Leo is neat, active, and serious. His traits are also workaholic, also loves the outdoors, also no sense of humor, and also discipline. So that's four right there that the other members have. So then they're not in need of explanation. There is just never nude, which means he was changed to swimwear instead of nude and is embarrassed by nudity. And that naturally brings me on to talk about his turn-ons right now, because he is turned off by underwear and swimwear. So he does not like to see that around his house. He's very much a prude and likes to see people fully dressed. Thank you very much. He's turned on by red hair and a great cook. So it's exactly what Ginger fits, because yep, she also has high cooking skill, so they are very much attracted to one another and have the appropriate traits. Leo is a knowledge sim, again with no secondary at the moment. His lifetime want is to become education minister, which he is well on his way to becoming. He seems to be very hardworking. So yeah, I think that's definitely achievable for him. His interests are politics, money, the environment, food, travel, work, school. So that's why he's a workaholic. What else was he? That's why he loves the outdoors, and food, why he's turned on by being a great cook. School obviously shows why he has such high expectations for his children. His hobby is nature and his sub hobby is fishing. And he too is straight. Surprise, surprise. Do I even need to keep saying that? I'll probably just only say when a sim isn't straight, otherwise it's getting very repetitive, isn't it? Next, we have Ashlyn. Ashlyn knows that she's the favourite kid of everyone in the house. She isn't trying to break any rules like her younger brother, and thanks to that, she never gets in trouble. So she is quite the dedicated student and the goody two-shoes. She is neat, active, very serious. Her traits are also workaholic, also loves the outdoors, also no sense of humor, and also disciplined. So her unique trait is genius, which means she will have easy promotions in the medicine, science, and natural science careers. She can have a eureka moment without the aspiration benefit, and she will be more attracted to the puzzle game if she ever got her hands on those life sim goggles. She is a knowledge sim with the lifetime want to become a mad scientist, and she currently is part-time in the science career at level 3, so she's doing it exceptionally well. She's an overachiever, doing amazing at school and top of her teen career. I think obviously quite obvious with her interest in science, and that is her hobby. Not decided on a sub-hobby yet for that, because basically science means telescope enthusiast, doesn't it, really? Which does make sense for her because she is interested in sci-fi very much so. She also likes the environment, health, work, and school. So very, very dedicated young woman. She is turned on by glasses and red hair and is turned off by a bad reputation. And she actually started with no gender preference, and just before we started playing, I randomized it and was kind of gutted that she turned out to be straight. And honestly, what with her starting at having no preference, I might kind of loosely interpret that as being bisexual, kind of, the same interest in male and female. So I might just go and hard set that. And there's actually a bit more of a reason to that, but I'll get into that when we talk about Patrick. So what Ashlyn is currently focused on is getting into private school. Leo wants Patrick to get a scholarship for university and for his children to be overachievers. Ginger also wants Ashlyn to get another A-star report card and get her children, both of her children, her achievements, and she's very much looking forward to the baby on the way. Peggy wants to build relationships with her grandchildren and see them be overachievers, quite similarly to Thomas, but instead of the relationships, he's thinking about money and showing some affection to his wife. Sorry, I just kind of, thought that was like a useful thing to go back over, kind of what they're currently focused on. So yeah, I think I'm gonna let her go to school, but then yeah, I think I might be going back and hard setting her gender preference to be bisexual. I think we really could use that spice when they haven't started with a preference like most of these Sims have done. So lastly, Patrick. Patrick just can't stand his dad and his whole family in general. Why won't they let him be himself? Even though he's still young, he already knows that his future is going to be much different than his childhood. But now, instead of studying like his dad wants, he would rather spend his time making friends, especially with Stacy. And that is why the one that we will be focused on is to be best friends with Stacy. Now, he is currently interested in pursuing a friendship with Stacy. They do have pretty decent chemistry. I believe Stacy actually already has a crush on Patrick, so that's a little bit of a one-sided thing. But the thing is, Stacy is bisexual. So I just thought it could be really interesting to see if something plays out with maybe Patrick kind of coming to see Stacy as more of a friend, but perhaps Stacy might find some attraction to his sister if she was also bisexual. There is certainly no one else to pair Ginger with at the moment. She doesn't know anyone apart outside of her family. So it would be probably a case of waiting to college for her to meet someone. So if she could, meet a girl there and be our first homosexual couple, then that would be nice. But I just think it could be really interesting if anything could play out with Stacey there. For all we know, they'd have no chemistry. But still, I just think it would be nice to have that door open and see what happens. So, where were we with Patrick? He is sloppy, lazy, playful, and nice. His traits are a virtuoso. Virtuoso means he will love the music channel on TV, he won't do the goofy dance even with a low dance skill, he'll have easy promotions in the music and dance careers, and he would be more attracted to the dancing game on those life goggles. Apparently a lot of the traits that this family have would affect how they like to interact with that VR system. He is childish like Thomas. He has a good sense of humor, which is the opposite to most to the other people in his family that have a bad one, which means he has a high chance to tell a good joke and will have a positive reaction to jokes told by others. He's clumsy like Thomas, and he is a couch potato, which means he will lose more comfort and energy and lose fun when working out. He has a veg out interaction enabled. He will always do the lazy clothes change animation. He will not jog as a walk by and won't be doing any kind of activity games on those life goggles. So Patrick is a popularity sim and he does have a secondary of pleasure. His current lifetime one is to become a rock god, which does very much suit him, what with him being a virtuoso, because as you can see, he has a guitar in his room and his hobby is playing the guitar, so therefore music. He is interested in money, entertainment, culture, fashion, and travel. He is turned on by a bad reputation because he's a rebel, so he'd also like to meet someone on the rebellious side, and black hair, and turned off by red hair because screw his family. He is also straight, and so we'll have to see if something blossoms between him and Stacy. So, I think that wraps up the character intros. God, I have probably got enough footage for an entire video already, haven't I? So, in a moment, we'll start playing. Alright, so Leo is bolting off to work, and Patrick and Ashton are making their way to school. So we're gonna be spending the morning with Ginger and Peggy and Patrick. They seem really loved up at the moment, so why don't we have him give her a back rub like he's been wanting to do? Oh, and now he wants to make out with her. He's really into her at the moment. Wow, that's so cute. So, I'm not sure what we can have Ginger do, really. We just have to keep an eye on her. I guess we could work on her hobby. Maybe she could bake something. Nobody's hungry, but she could still make something for later. Or perhaps she could just sit and read a nice cooking book. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have her do that for a little bit. And let's have these make out if that's what you want to do. How sweet. So they don't have work till later in the day. 3 for him and 5 for her. And they both need the loo at the same time. There are 2 bathrooms. Do you know what? I was actually thinking before starting actually to do a little bit of renovation. I've been really kind of wanting to keep these houses as they are, but I hate that this is Ashlyn's room being shared with a baby. I don't think that is fair at all. If they really like her that much, like, I really just don't think they'd make the favorite teenager that's supposed to be focusing on school be kept up all night by a new baby. I just really disagree. These are not Monique's hack computers either. I don't think he actually deserves a computer of his own either, so I'm probably just going to give the teens a desk to do their homework on. And you know, like the children can be Ginger and Leo's problem. Why would they shove that onto Ashlyn? I think that makes absolutely no sense at all. Completely disagree and dislike it. So yeah, I'm going to change this up a little bit. So they have 2289.
One eternity later.
God, Maxie's swatches suck. Oh, nothing matches anything. Yeah, that looks more like a teenager's bedroom. It's still kind of depressing, but I'm gonna give her some science posters as well. I really just think they would have treated her better than this. I think they would give her the means that she needs to do well. So I have improved Ashlyn's room a little bit and moved the baby things into the parents' bedroom, and just kind of, I don't understand why this hated son would have been more spoiled than the golden child. So I think it's this definitely looks more like a teenager's bedroom now, not a nanny's. So that's much better. So Thomas is playing with the lady in the bath. Like you do. Okay, Ginger's finished a book and now she's super hungry after reading that. So let's have her make something. I think she's gonna make a nice dessert. A cheesecake, maybe a pie. And they like blue, so a blueberry pie, please, Ginger. And oh, Peggy's doing a little bit of cleaning up, so we'll let that happen. And Thomas can come and give her that make-out that he's been wanting to do. That what? Oh my god, no. They've never made out before, apparently. The memories could use some work, and it must be really hard to think of everything. I completely understand, but there's definitely some oversights and things missing, unfortunately. So yeah, it seems like he's got his little affections for Peggy out of the way. So before they go to work, can they work on the hobby at all? I could have Thomas go to the park and do some fishing. And God, wow, I haven't really played with an elder couple for a while. They're kind of boring, huh? Um, we'll have Peggy read some cooking and yeah, I think what time will he be leaving for work? Not until 2. So I think he could spend the morning fishing. Right? You'd like to do that, right, Thomas? Oh, no. It's not Thomas with the fishing hobby. That's Leo I'm thinking of. So how about if Thomas has a go at writing something, and perhaps start with an article because he doesn't have any creativity, so we don't want to get up his hopes up too high, but that will satisfy the earn some money. One. Oh well, that actually, I think that's going to build his logic skill instead, though. Wait, what happened, Ginger? What happened there, Ginger? Okay, she's making a grandma's comfort soup for herself now. I'm not sure what happened to the pie. She didn't error, otherwise I'd have got a message. But I think you still can get like a jump bug sometime. It's not burning in the oven. I don't know. I'm not sure because I'm sure she got it out of the fridge. I'm really not sure what happened there. I'm pretty sure this is logic that he's building right now, which isn't really what I intended. I think that was a probably good idea that she made that for herself. But yeah, I would have liked her to bake something, so I'm really not sure what's happened. Oh, Peggy's kind of hungry, so I think maybe I'll have Peggy maybe save some lunch that could be saved for later. Maybe she makes some more comfort soup so that Ginger has it in as leftovers during her pregnancy. And it's a pretty big kitchen, so I'm sure Ginger could also find the room to have another go at baking something. And see if we can get that to happen without failing this time. That would be nice. So make a group meal of... Oh, what's that? Oh, God. I have no idea what I've clicked on, but hey. And the welcome wagon is here. Who have we got? Okay, we've got the... Wow, quite a turnout. Who... Wow. 5 Sims? I've never seen that many. And they're all part of the neighborhood. I love that. Oh, that is brilliant. Okay, can we maybe stop doing some of this? Can we greet everyone? Oh my god, Patrick got 250. I was not expecting that. Nice one. I think they'd be a bit tight with him. So we'll just have him deposit 200 of that. Can we greet everybody? Greet everyone, please. Is that also comfort soup? Oh my god. I clicked on something by accident and it must have been that. Right, let's... Oh my god, have people left? What took so long? Oh, maybe they were just... Yeah, I think the other two were just walk-bys. I think... What happened? What? Oh, her being an overachiever, of course. And of course you're gonna get a grandchild. Right, so yeah. God, what is happening? So, yes. Ashlyn is having her prom tomorrow, but has no one to go with. Oh my god, we need to get him meeting somebody. That sucks. Yeah, we really need to get a meeting someone. Maybe I'll hop out and put the Vigister controller in and have like a teen hangout thing at a community lot so they can kind of meet. Because I don't want her to go to the prom alone. So that's just satisfied all their wants because she's just been an overachiever. you've got a long way on that one. But I really wanted those guys to be there, so I think I'm going to teleport them over, you know. I really thought they were part of the welcome wagon, and I'd really like them to be. So I think I'm going to get back Eddie Joy and Penny Pincher. They were the other two walk by, so we can be forming some relationships here. So please talk to Eddie, and you talk to Juliet. Of course, Patrick can bring Eleanor. Oh my god, Penny's robbing Thomas. Can you believe the cheek? Ah, what a god. Can you now see why this horrible person is meant to be with Lewis? You know, I think at least Lewis has a good heart. I can't believe that.
Oh, Ablo.
What is going so wrong? Oh,
There's a room?
the ruin on this front door. Oh, it's all happening and it's all going wrong. Where are these guys with the right? They're coming in the back door with the homework because there was a blockage. Understandable. Ginger, for God's sake, talk to this horrible woman. Let's just eat before he goes off to work. How's that? Right. They're both busting for the bathroom for some reason. Right. Oh, honestly, I'm losing my patience already with this large household. Right. Claim your desk. Put your money in. And you claim your desk. Thank you. And now it's time for Thomas to go to work. Which is a shame, because I'd have really liked him to get to know. Oh, he didn't get on one with Edit. Oh, okay, and he's carpooling with Ashlyn. So maybe when Ashlyn gets back at 6, that's when we can have a team. Okay, so now let's have the homeworks in the proper positions. Patrick's definitely not going to be doing his, I don't think. I'd really like you to get to know this couple a little bit more, Peggy. I think you would like them. Okay, so Patrick has 200 in his bank. Nice one. What happened to Juliet? You did talk to her, didn't you? Yeah, a little bit. And you're not really feeling it, are you? So, yeah, maybe you should just go for a little nap. Although you were getting on okay with Penny and Juliet. She's playing Wow, okay, that's surprising. I guess you could just join him for a little bit, like just in the interest of being a host. Oh, no, not you. Yes, be friends with Eleanor. Let's just come and sit down and talk to him like from across the table, and then you can get to know. They don't have a TV. What is happening over here? Oh my god. Why? I really hate like bumpy terrain for no reason. What benefit is this apart from just causing absolute stress? I'm gonna try and level this out a bit. I'm just not having that. It's just, you're just causing problems where there don't need problems to be. Oh my god, that costs so much money. Did they spend any? I don't think so, right? I'm just putting it back. Okay, Leo is back from work. He would like to gain a skill point, particularly a logic one. He would like to see his children gain scholarships. He's getting these wants to make a zombie of who I presume are his parents. Parents? No? Who are they? Oh. Ginger's parents. God. Don't think we'll be doing that, Leo. So if you would like to gain a skill point, by all means, clean the house. Fill your boots, lad. Just go for it. Alright. Can you please talk to Esperanza a little bit more, please? And you can please get to know Elena. I should probably had Leo greet these guys, right? Oh god, Ginger, you okay? Oh my god. Please don't talk to her. I got her bloody older sister, wrong one. Let's just talk to her instead, please. Ginger, you're not doing so well, darling. Can you go to bed for a little bit? Thank you. We don't want you losing the baby now, do we? There's no, like, communal thing to do because they don't have a telly. They just grab him. Oh, dear. Chance card for Ashlyn. Ashlyn's been given a large amount of test suites to run. Normally she's used to having a bit of free reign in the lab, fixing up some of the machinery, playing with the mice, and with Wiki the singing chimpanzee. God, I really don't like normalizing animal testing, that's just not funny. Anyway, but now all of a sudden the lead researcher has Ashlyn running this simple and formulaic test that even Wiki could do, and Ashlyn's not so happy about it. Then it occurs to her that Wiki, the singing chimpanzee, could run the test suites. After all they are is a bunch of check boxes, one after the other. Ashlyn never pays much attention to them anyway. Should Ashlyn let Wiki do the test suites or stand for herself and tell her boss what she thinks? She's not shy, so I think she'd speak her mind. I don't think she'd take the easy way out. She'd want to progress. She'd let her boss know that she wants better. Ashlyn grabs up the test suites. Am I reading it sweets? What's a sweet? And marches down the corridor to the lead researcher's office. She goes to the open door, but stops short and pauses in thought. She tears the pages to shreds, dumps the unceremoniously onto the floor, produces a book of matches, and lights them ablaze. That's not what I told you to do. Content that she's made her point, Ashlyn returns to the laboratory and goes about fixing the focal lens on a multifunctioning microscope. It isn't long before the lead researcher appears, still coughing, and asks if Ashlyn had anything to do with the small bonfire recently constructed outside of his office door. Ashlyn stands her ground and explains the issue with the test suites and is immediately demoted to test subject. I did not tell you to start a fire, Ashlyn. What the hell? I'm so sorry that's happened to you. I've just taken over and ruined your life, hasn't I? Okay, that's level 2. Okay, I thought that was level 1. Not as bad as I thought. Okay. I'm sorry, Hen. I'm sure you'll work it back up. There is just a party in here, isn't there? You're still having a nice chat. That is lovely. Maybe admire her and talk about your cuisine hobby. Just, can you play something maybe? Tickle? Play rock, paper, scissors, play red hands. This is for Peggy. After you trot Peggy. Okay, she's picking up her violin. Right, I think we need to get her out of this chaos and meet someone before prom. But do we have her do her homework first? Because that's certainly something that she prioritises and wouldn't be missing it. Or with their maximum interest in school, or do we wait to see actually she might roll it? I really think she needs to meet some people. I think maybe if Patrick asks Eleanor to form a group, they could all go together, but that would require me just hopping out and putting the physics controller in so we can get like a little teen hangout event going in on one of the lots. We'll make it like a teen only evening. So yeah, I'll just save and be right back. So I'm back with visitor controller installed. It'll temporarily overwrite some of my other mods that I usually prefer, like Similar Night is lot visit mod that does cool things like letting people show up in groups in taxis and all sorts of great things like that. Like by and large, I'd rather have them in my game, which is why visitor controller isn't like a permanent part of my load order, because I don't really want it interfering with that behavior, and it kind of has its own specific uses. So just before we send the teens off, let me give you a little bit of a rundown of the visitors we've got here. So we've got Henry and Esperanza Lotus, the couple, which live just, where has it gone? Just across the road here, with Henry's grandson Liam, which came to visit Taylor last episode. Eleanor is the younger sister of Juliet, and they live together with Penny. Penny and Juliet are good friends. Eddie is part of the Joy household, and we saw Felicity come in the welcome wagon last time. I don't remember if Eddie is her dad or her husband's dad. I'm not sure. Is everyone else doing okay? Yeah, great. You're entertaining the guests. Perfect. Thank you, Leo. Great choice. And it's just a reading and chess session. God, it's so boring in this house. I think they're definitely going to need to tally. So I just tried to do a little teen-only event at the bowling alley, but it just didn't work out at all. Nobody turned up. Ashlyn wasn't having a good time at all. But you know what? Maybe just going to prom alone kind of suits her. This sucks. I think I'm just gonna pretend this never happened. So I just quit without saving, and I'm gonna have had that just never happened. We're just gonna stick around here, unless, well, I mean, Patrick does want to go on a date, so that's something we could make happen. I just wish it was clearer who. Like, obviously he wants to be best friends with Stacey, but nothing's happened in the way of a relationship yet. But anyway, we're gonna end this casual group because they're not going anywhere. And for now, he's just gonna chill out on his guitar. And Ashlyn, you can maybe join Juliet unless anyone else sits down. Leo, who have you been chatting to? Eddie, can you talk to Henry a little bit, please? Oh, they don't get along. That's not very nice. Ginger's not doing so bad, so let's get some leftover comfort soup for her. So Thomas is just getting to know his guests, and I think then he'll probably just ask them all to leave. I think they kind of overstaying their welcome here a little bit. In the reading room, come to the McGreggors and have a reading party. Oh, we never finished whatever that was going to be. Oh my god, Penny! Oh no, that's completely stomped his queue, so that's brilliant. Thanks, Penny. Robbing everyone blind. Thomas is home. Got that want satisfied to get some money. And now he wants to talk about his hobby, that's nice. It was maybe try again with Henry or Eddie to talk about. Wow, Patrick, that is loud. Jesus. How about you stop and get working on that friendship you want instead? It's going to be a long time before you get that logic skill, Ashlyn, so I don't know if you'd be better perhaps just doing your homework. Oh, Ginger's joining the door, that's nice, but she really needs to go to bed very soon. I can't believe how busy this house has been. Did they both reject him talking about his hobby? That sucks. I'm just talking to them in general. Come on, I'm sure you can. Oh my god, you aren't getting along with Eddie at all, are you? It's just not meant to be there, is it? Hopefully you can get on better with Henry. Oh, Ashlyn, stop playing chess. So you could be the one to serve a meal if you really wanted to gain that cooking skill point potentially. Ginger, darling, just go back to bed. How about a goopy carbonara? Do you think you could manage that? Leo, if you wouldn't mind cleaning up, like you want to gain that cooking skill point. Yeah, so it seems like Thomas gets on alright with Henry and just Eddie's not the kind of friend for him. Maybe it's time everyone was going. What happened? What's the matter? Although it would be nice for them to sit down with everyone since they've been here all day and she's just about to serve a dinner up, so maybe they can stay. The longest welcome wagon I've ever had. Can we not do that, Thomas? That's not for you, is it? Why don't you talk to your son about your hobby? Oh, there, she got that cooking skill. That's great. Oh, great. And Piggy's home. Wow, only 91. That sucks. Let's invite this extremely long welcome wagon for a meal before we ask them to. Oh my god, he's being robbed again. Ginger's asleep. Can you just come and have something to eat before you. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I will leave you to it. Oh dear. Yeah, can you come and... Oh no, there's no food left. I'm so sorry I brought you up for nothing. You put in... No. Leave that for your wife, please. You can come and get yourself sorted for bed. And Ginger can... come and eat this perfectly good meal. And then before she goes back to bed. Ashlyn, you are eating... Where the hell is Patrick? Oh my god. There's no food left for Patrick. I can see that happening, to be fair. How about if he has some crisps? Oh god. Do your homework, please, Ashlyn, before it's too late. And they've fallen asleep. And you come in for a bath and bed. Can you please say goodbye to everybody? Is anyone you can actually say goodbye to? No, just fine. Let's leave everyone, please. Right, so they've finally gone. We can get to bed. And then that's it for the first day of the McGregor household. I have probably got enough to honestly leave this as one video. I'm going to actually stop recording now. Whether or not this will be released before I make the second part, I'm not sure. There's a good chance I will. I'm so slow at editing that I will just have played before this part is out. But yeah, I'm definitely going to leave it here for today. I think we've definitely got enough for a long video. So if I'm right in thinking, it will also be Love Day tomorrow for these guys as well. Oh my god, who could possibly be calling? I guess you can see who it is. Definitely gonna be a prank call, but hey, let's cease the ringing. Surprised how much fun she lost from doing the homework. Yep, your psychic advisor's head has just exploded. Wow. Okay, and Ginger is now in her 3rd trimester. So, is that 24 4 hours now until the baby. Okay, so early hours of Wednesday we'll be getting a baby. Yeah, and that is it. All is calm in the McGregor household. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit. Ah, yeah, there we go. Love Day is coming. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a lot harder for me to manage, what with it being a bigger household, but we got there. And I'll see you in the next part, where we'll be finishing off the other 3 days in their rotation. But in the meantime, make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more. Make sure you hit that bell so you'll be notified of new episodes. Trust me, I won't be posting many videos, so that certainly won't be a spam in your feed. And also feel free to keep in touch on Twitter or Discord or whatever you prefer. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye bye.